User experience research can help you build user-centered design, but using an incorrect user research method will cost you not only just time and money, but it'll leave you with no significant insight about the research. So in this video, let's talk about how to choose the correct user research method. Hey beautiful people, what's up? Hope you're having a great week. My name is Mana Madan and I'm a UX designer building digital products for 4 years now. And one of the questions that I had when I went back in the day, I started to perform user experience research was what user experience research method or what UX research method should I choose to conduct my research? So before we get into this, let's talk about the 4 factors that you have to consider before you start conducting user research. The first one is project phase. By project phase, I mean, is it a new product or is it a product that already exists in the market, or is it somewhere between these two parameters? Because your user research method will completely depend upon the phase of the product. If your product already exists in the market, what you can do is you can go to the existing user, take their interviews and talk to them and gain insights from that. But if your product is new or it's not there in market, or you are creating something from scratch, you can still work on new ideas that you can implement in the future. You can research around that. So the phase is important to consider because your user experience research method can vary. The second factor is time. By time, I mean time required to conduct the research, time required to assess the research, and time required to document all the things that you have done. What most people do is they don't consider this factor before considering the research, and they realize it when they're in the middle of it or when they have completed the first phase of user research, which is recruiting the users and doing whatever activity they want to do with that. Performing the research is not only the task, assessing it and gaining insights is also a task, and documenting is also another set of tasks. So actually a user research takes more time than being said. Some user research method might take longer to perform, but their assessment is easy, like an A/B test, while other research methods like usability testing are easier to perform, but their assessment is difficult. So consider the amount of time it will take you to perform, assess and document that research. The third factor is budget of the research. How much money do you have to perform this research? Depending upon the user research method, you might have to go to a user's office or workplace or house to observe, and you have to pay for the transportation, and you might have to pay for the cab for the user to and from your research lab, and you might have to provide your participants some gift just to provide some gratitude and all. So these all things makes a user research tricky because budget can be a very big factor depending upon what user research method that you want to choose. And the fourth factor is type of insights. By type of insights, I mean, do you want answers around what do people say or what do people do, or do you want answers around how many or how much? Because depending upon the question or the type of insights that you want to gain from the research that you are going to conduct, your user research method may vary. So you should have clarity around what do you want to gain from the research before even beginning to choose from the user research method. Now, once we have considered these 4 factors before starting our research, let's explore what are the various categories of UX research methods. The first type of UX research method is qualitative research. Qualitative research helps you provide answers to why and how to solve a problem. It's a cost-effective method as compared to other research methods, and it can be performed anytime during the design process. It is a more direct user research method, and some of the examples of qualitative research are card sorting, field research, usability testing, and paper prototyping. And you don't need a lot of people to recruit to perform this user research method. Up to 5 users can help you give a lot of insights about a product or a problem that you want to solve. Second type of UX research method is quantitative research. Quantitative research gives you the answers of how much and how many, and use this user research method when you have a clear hypothesis to test, or if you need data around a certain user behavior or design pattern that you have identified. Also, it is an indirect user research method, so you don't interact with the users while the research is being conducted, and you cannot get answers to why or how people behave in a certain way. Also, quantitative research can be performed either before you start your design solution or after you have shipped your design solution. And for the data and insight to be more accurate and credible, you need a lot of participants to participate in the research. So use quantitative research when you have a certain hypothesis to test, or when you need data around a certain type of design pattern, user behavior, or something like that. Some common examples of quantitative research are A/B testing or multivariate testing. The third type of UX research method is called behavioral research. Behavioral research focuses on why and how people behave in a certain way. So if you need data around how the users will behave, or how will they take a certain action, or why will they take a certain action, then you use behavioral research. Some of the common examples of behavioral research are A/B testing, usability studies, and ethnographic studies. The fourth type of user research method is attitudinal. This research method should be used when you want to know the answers around how people behave, or why people behave in a certain way, what do they think, what do they feel. The main goal of this research should be to understand users' belief. The most common example of attitudinal user research method is card sorting, wherein we discover what people think, how they associate information, how they sort information, how do they find information. Another common example of attitudinal research method is surveys, wherein you ask some questions around how people think and behave, or how they feel about something, and they give their perspective, their answers to your questions. There are a lot of user research methods to choose from, and some of the most common user research methods used are unmoderated usability testing, card sorting, A/B or multivariate testing, user interviews, surveys, focus groups, tree testing, heat map and eye tracking, paper prototyping, and analytics. Now I'm not going to go in depth on each of these user research methods, but I'll link in some articles and videos which can help you in studying and elaborating on these user research methods. I wish there is some kind of a formula that you can apply to choose a certain UX research method, but unfortunately it is not there. So I've built this framework for myself to assess what kind of user research method should I use. And if you're a beginner, this can be a very good place for you to start to assess the kind of user research method that you are considering. Before you start assessing what kind of user research method to choose from, or before you start going through this framework, you should have an idea of what all user research methods exist out there. So that's it for today, guys. I hope this was helpful. If you have any follow-up questions, do mention them in the comments below. So let me know what kind of framework you use to assess your user research method, or how do you choose a certain user research method when you have to perform research. Until next time, I'm Manamadan. Thanks for watching UX and More, a channel about design, products, business, and more. See you. Bye.